Welcome back to Historic Coins Vault, the place where ordinary coins become extraordinary discoveries. In this video, we're unlocking the secrets of the Washington quarters, from valuable silver issues to hidden mint errors that can be worth big money. Stick around, your next valuable quarter might already be in your change jar. So on. Top 1. Today we dive deep into the Washington quarter from the year 1979, a coin that many people overlook, but collectors study with sharp eyes and even sharper excitement. Because within this year's production, hidden treasures exist. And some of those treasures are so rare, so unusual, and so valuable that they turn this everyday quarter into a collector's dream. Let's start with what makes the 1979 quarter special. This was a time when America was transitioning into a new era of coinage. Susan B. Anthony dollars were being introduced, minting technology was advancing, and the demand for high-quality strikes was climbing. But with new machines and high production speeds came unexpected minting errors. And that's where the Washington quarter from this year becomes truly fascinating. The classic design remains, George Washington's bold profile on the obverse, a proud and powerful eagle perched on the reverse. It's a design familiar to every American, a design that stood strong for decades. But it's the hidden differences, the minting quirks, and the rare errors from 1979 that transformed this coin from ordinary to extraordinary. Some of the rarest examples feature dramatic off-center strikes. These are coins where Washington's face is pushed too far to one side, leaving an empty crescent of blank metal. The more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Extremely off-center quarters from this year can be breathtaking to collectors because it's like the mint captured a mistake in motion, something that was never supposed to reach the public. Then there are double die errors. These coins show doubling in the lettering, date, or even Washington's features. Look carefully at the words Liberty or In God We Trust. On some error pieces, the letters appear shadowed or layered, creating a ghost-like effect that instantly catches the eye. These doubled impressions are prized because they signal that the die, responsible for stamping the coin, shifted or misaligned during creation. One of the most exciting types of errors for collectors is the wrong planchet strike. This is when a Washington quarter from 1979 was accidentally minted on the metal used for dimes, foreign coins, or other denominations. These coins may feel lighter, thinner, or slightly off-color. They are incredibly rare because a mistake like this requires the perfect combination of timing and machine misfeed. When discovered, wrong planchet quarters often stir huge excitement in the numismatic community. There are also broad strike errors, where the coin is minted without its protective collar, causing it to expand outward like a stretched piece of metal. Without the traditional ridged edge, these coins have a smooth, wide rim that makes them instantly noticeable. Broad strikes are dramatic, eye-catching, and unforgettable when found, and let's not forget missing clad layer errors. These quarters reveal the raw copper core beneath the nickel coating. One side may appear reddish-brown, while the other remains silver. These two-tone coins are visually stunning and incredibly collectible, especially when preserved in excellent condition. Collectors love the 1979 Washington quarter because it represents a moment in history where old engraving traditions collided with newer minting technologies. It was a year of experimentation, high production, and unexpected mistakes. And those mistakes, those tiny minting quirks, have become the treasures collectors hunt for with passion and precision. So before you toss that old quarter into a vending machine or let it sit forgotten in a jar, take a closer look. 1979 may just be hiding a rare marvel in your pocket, and among the most extraordinary error examples ever discovered from this year, one exceptional Washington quarter from 1979 has been reported to reach the remarkable value of $87,000. Top 2. We're diving into a coin that seems ordinary at first glance, but for collectors, it carries mystery, excitement, and the possibility of unbelievable worth. This is the United States of America Washington quarter from the year 1982, a coin that continues to surprise collectors with rare errors and hidden variations that can elevate its value far beyond its 25-cent face. The year 1982 was a turning point for U.S. coinage. The economy was shifting, the mint was under pressure to produce enormous quantities of coins quickly, and certain decisions, like not producing mint sets that year, created unexpected gaps that collectors still feel today. Because of this, high-quality examples of the 1982 quarter are already harder to find than other years. But the real treasure lies in the rare minting mistakes that slipped through the cracks during that rushed production era. The classic design remains familiar, George Washington's strong profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle spreading its wings on the reverse. But behind that design hides a world of errors that most people never notice. And those errors are exactly what collectors dream of finding. One of the most exciting rare varieties from 1982 includes dramatic off-center strikes. These mistakes happen when the coin blank is not perfectly aligned in the machinery. The result is a quarter where Washington's portrait is pushed to one side, and a portion of the coin is completely blank. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Extreme off-center errors from this year are incredibly rare and instantly draw attention from collectors. Another treasure variation is the double die error. Imagine looking closely at the words Liberty or In God We Trust and noticing that the letters appear slightly doubled, as if they have a soft shadow behind them. This doubling is caused by a die misalignment during minting, and collectors absolutely love these subtle but powerful signs of rarity. A well-preserved double die from 1982 can command astonishing interest. Then come the wrong planchet errors, the kinds of mistakes that turn a regular quarter into a numismatic marvel. These occur when a 1982 quarter is accidentally struck on metal intended for a different denomination, like a dime, or even on a foreign coin blank. These pieces are thinner, lighter, or slightly off-colored, and they are among the rarest of all minting errors. Whenever one is discovered, it instantly creates buzz in the collecting world. There are also broad strike errors, where the quarter is struck without the containing collar, causing it to spread outward into a smooth, wider shape. Without its usual ridged edge, the coin looks stretched and unique. Broad strikes are visually striking and make excellent display pieces for collectors. Another dramatic error is the missing clad layer variety. These coins reveal the copper core beneath the nickel coating, creating a beautiful two-tone effect. One side may look silver, while the other shows a rich copper color. These coins stand out instantly and are prized for their rare and unmistakable appearance. Collectors are drawn to the 1982 Washington quarter because it represents a year full of unusual circumstances, a year with no official mint sets, high production speeds, and conditions that allowed more minting errors to slip through than usual. Every quarter from this year carries the possibility of rarity, and every collector knows that even a simple coin jar could be hiding something extraordinary. So before you spend that old quarter or toss it aside, take a moment to look closely. A 1982 Washington quarter might be far more valuable than you ever imagined, and among the most remarkable error examples ever reported, one extraordinary Washington quarter from 1982 has reached the impressive value of $85,000. Top 3. We're diving into the fascinating world of the United States Washington quarter from the year 1987, one of those coins most people overlook, yet certain rare versions can turn collectors' heads instantly. So get comfortable, open your ears, and let's explore the hidden mysteries behind this ordinary-looking but surprisingly valuable coin. The 1987 quarter is interesting for collectors because it comes from a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning through different production qualities, changes in die maintenance, and experimenting with updated equipment. That combination created opportunities for unusual strikes and rare errors, exactly the kinds of things coin lovers enjoy searching for. Although the regular 1987 quarter is common, the real treasure lies in the rare mint mistakes that only a handful of people have ever encountered. One of the most desirable errors for this year is the off-center strike. Some quarters from 1987 were struck with the design shifted dramatically to one side, leaving parts of the lettering hanging off the edge of the coin. The more off-center the strike and the more readable the date remains, the higher the collector value climbs. A well-preserved, sharply visible off-center error from this year is considered a true standout. Another key error is the double die variety. When the die strikes the coin more than once but not perfectly aligned, it creates a stunning visual doubling effect on the letters, numbers, or the features of George Washington's face. Collectors simply love these, especially when the doubling is bold enough to see without magnification. Quarter specialists actively hunt for strong doubled features on the motto, the word Liberty, and even the date 1987 itself. Some 1987 quarters were also struck on the wrong planchet, one of the rarest and most exciting errors of all. Instead of being struck on the standard copper-nickel clad disc, a few were accidentally produced on planchets meant for dimes or experimental blanks with unusual metal composition. These mistakes create weight differences and color variations that instantly make the coin rare and desirable. Even subtle die cracks and die breaks on the 1987 quarter can raise its value because these are physical signs of aging mint equipment that left dramatic raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Some collectors call these little imperfections scars of history, unique fingerprints that will never appear exactly the same way twice, and of course, condition matters. A 1987 quarter found in near-perfect mint state condition with crisp details, glossy surfaces, and nowhere becomes dramatically more desirable, especially when paired with a rare error. Most quarters from this year circulated heavily, so uncirculated gems are already scarce. Combine that with a dramatic error and you're looking at a coin that collectors compete fiercely to OWN.SO. Yes, while most 1987 quarters are common pocket change, a small number of extraordinary error varieties can reach unbelievable values. And one of the rarest known examples has sold for an astonishing amount, proving that sometimes the most surprising treasures are hiding in plain sight. In one extraordinary case, an error quarter from 1987 reached a value of $83,000. Top 4 we're taking a deep, exciting look into what makes the 1995 Washington quarter so fascinating, so collectible, and in some cases, shockingly valuable. So sit back, listen closely, and enjoy every detail as we journey into the world of rare American coins. The year 1995 might not seem like ancient history, but it was a period filled with interesting mint activity. The equipment used to produce billions of coins was pushed to its limits, and whenever machines work under heavy pressure, strange things can happen. Those unusual moments at the U.S. Mint are exactly what sparked the rare errors collectors seek today. One of the most desirable and widely studied errors on the 1995 quarter is the double die obverse. When the die shifts between strikes, the letters and numbers on the coin look doubled, giving it a bold, dramatic effect. Collectors especially look for doubling on the motto "In God We Trust," on Liberty, and on the date 1995. Strong, clear doubling can turn a once ordinary coin into something truly exceptional. Another major point of interest for this year is the off-center strike. When a quarter is struck without perfect alignment, part of the design shifts outward, leaving blank areas of the coin exposed. The more dramatic the shift, and the more visible the date, the higher the value climbs. Collectors love off-center errors because no two are ever exactly the same, making each one a one-of-a-kind treasure. There's also the possibility of wrong planchet errors, some of the rarest and most valuable mistakes ever made by the mint. Imagine a 1995 quarter accidentally struck on a dime planchet, smaller, lighter, and totally unexpected. These oddities stand out immediately because the coin just doesn't look or feel right. A mistake like this can turn a simple 25-cent piece into a star of any collection, but even beyond errors, condition plays a major role. Many 1995 quarters saw heavy circulation, rubbing away the fine details and leaving only worn designs behind. But a coin that has survived the years in pristine mint state condition, with bright surfaces, crisp lines, and untouched luster, is already rare on its own. Combine that with a dramatic error and the value can rise rapidly. Collectors love the 1995 quarter because it sits at the perfect intersection of modern minting and fascinating production mistakes. It's a coin that reminds us that rarity doesn't always come from age, it comes from the extraordinary, the accidental, and the unexpected. And every collector knows that just one special example can change everything. That brings us to one particularly remarkable specimen. Among the rarest known error varieties of the 1995 Washington quarter, there is one example whose value soared higher than anyone ever imagined. This exceptional coin, preserved with extraordinary detail and showcasing a dramatic mint error, reached an impressive value of $81,000. Top 5. We are talking about the 1997 Washington quarter. At first glance, it looks like any average coin you'd find in your change jar, but hidden among the ordinary pieces are rare, eye-catching varieties that collectors hunt for with excitement and patience. The 1997 quarter is a perfect example of how a modern coin can become unexpectedly valuable. It was minted just 2 years before the famous state quarter program began, meaning many people overlooked this year completely. But collectors know better. They've discovered that some 1997 quarters contain rare errors, mistakes made during minting, that transform a common coin into something worth more than its weight in silver or gold. One of the biggest attractions of the 1997 quarter is the misaligned die error. When one of the dies shifts even slightly during striking, the rim becomes uneven, the design moves closer to one side, and the entire coin takes on a strikingly unusual appearance. A perfect misaligned die that doesn't distort the date is considered a masterpiece of minting chaos, and collectors absolutely love finding them. Another extremely desirable feature is the die break, often called a cut. This happens when a piece of the die cracks or chips away, leaving thick raised areas or blobs of metal on the coin. These errors look dramatic, sometimes stretching across the rim or appearing like strange shapes on Washington's portrait. Every cut is unique, which makes owning one feel like owning a tiny piece of minting history. Then there are off-center strikes. When a coin shifts out of position during striking, part of the design ends up missing, leaving a blank crescent-shaped area along the edge. For the 1997 quarter, off-center strikes that still show the full date are especially valuable, because collectors need the year visible to properly identify the coin. But perhaps the rarest and most thrilling error of all is a wrong planchet strike, an extremely uncommon situation where a quarter is struck on metal meant for another denomination. A 1997 quarter struck on a nickel or dime planchet instantly becomes a star in the numismatic world. These coins look smaller, lighter, and completely out of place, and those unusual characteristics can make them incredibly desirable to collectors. Condition is another major factor. While most 1997 quarters circulated heavily, a few survived in stunning mint state condition, with sharp details, glowing surfaces, and no wear. When a rare error is combined with near-perfect preservation, the value begins to rise dramatically. These are the pieces that get collectors' hearts racing and auctioneers excited. Every collector dreams of one incredible find, one coin that stands above the rest. And among the known error varieties of the 1997 Washington quarter, there is one exceptional example that captured the attention of experts across the country. With a dramatic mint error and extraordinary eye appeal, this rare coin achieved a remarkable value of $78,000. That if you love the thrill of finding unique coins and learning what makes them special, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Every week we dive into new discoveries, collector tips, and hidden value finds. Join our community and let's keep growing our collections together.